Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Let's Look At with Zebu Nation. And today we're going to look at a brand new game, still in alpha. It's not even released in beta yet, even though it's got a pretty decent community around it already. But this is Holdfast, Nations at War. It's a multiplayer shooter game. It's kind of like a capture the flag or deathmatch kind of thing. It reminds me a lot of Star Wars Battlefront in that you just have two big teams going against each other, and it's not like a battle royale like Players Unknown where you're dropped into a map and it's, one against everybody. There's definitely two separate teams and you've got objectives and you're going after them. But the interesting conceit of this game is that it takes place in the Napoleonic era. So that means you've got guys running around with muskets and bayonets and swords and cannons and all those kind of old-timey weapons. So it's not quite the fast-paced shooter that some of these other games are, but it has a charm all its own. I've been playing a little bit of it lately, and it's got some interesting things going on. So let's join a game here and check it out. We're going to go to the official servers are kind of the ones you want to go to. The community servers, you never know what you're going to get. So the official servers are the ones that have the basic games of the rules, or the basic rules of the game, the way the developers intend it. So as you can see here, a lot of these servers are full, so it is a pretty decent community. Now, you don't really want to join one of these servers that have like one player in them or 30 players. You want to try to get as close to full as possible. Here's one with 149. We're going to join that one, Army Battlefield. See how this one is different. Now, this game right now it has two different factions. It has the British. Oh, disconnected from server. Server is full. So like I said, it's got a pretty decent community going on right now. Let's try the Siege. We can get into that. Maybe I should have started the recording after I joined the server, but I wanted to show you a little bit of everything. All right, come on, people. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. There's 3 open there. We ought to be able to get into one with 3 people open. There it is, Nations at War. So as I was saying earlier, there are 2 factions right now. You can be the British or the French. But I assume that later they're going to add more factions, because there were all kinds of factions during the Napoleonic era. So here are the 2 factions right here, United Kingdom and the French Empire. So they could add like the Prussians or the Austro-Hungarians or even like, the Ottoman Empire or something like that. Something, just to spice things up a little bit and recreate some famous battles. I don't know. But anyway, unlike a lot of these other games, but definitely like the Battlefront games, you've got different classes of infantry you can be. So you got officers and line infantry, light infantry. If you're familiar with the Napoleonic era, you should be fairly familiar with a lot of these classes. But the thing is, like, it is an alpha, so a lot of the special characteristics of these classes aren't quite either well balanced or they aren't even in the game. That's how early the access is. I was reading up a little bit on the Anvil Games, which is the company that's making this. I was reading up on their website a little bit, and they were saying, they're still implementing a lot of stuff. So right now it is a little raw. And it is a little rough, so you got to take that into account, but it's still pretty fun. It's still pretty good gameplay. Now, the other thing you have to take into account here, and I'm going to have to put a warning on this video, is that community chat is kind of important in this game, because you have to, listen to orders and listen to where the team is going, and they're going to say like flank left or flank right, or they're attacking the bridge or whatever it is. You kind of got to listen to that. Now, you don't have to if you're really averse to the chat, which I don't blame you. But if you're really averse to public chat, you can just sort of mute everything and just follow people. If you see a bunch of people running in one direction, just follow those people and you should be okay. But the other thing that makes the community chat a little bit more bearable is that it's location-based. So you have to be within earshot of the person who's giving the orders. So if there's an officer yelling orders and you're on the other side of the map, you can't hear him. You got to be in fairly close proximity. And the same thing, if there's somebody in chat who's being annoying or who's playing loud music, which happens, or they're being, you know, racist or vulgar or whatever it is, you can just run away from them and get out of their chat bubble, and you'll be fine. You won't hear them. So, just a warning, there's gonna be some public chat, and there might be some bad language or who knows what. But we're gonna take that into account. All right, I'm gonna take light infantry. That's kind of my favorite class. They're a little slower, which is weird because they're light infantry, but they're a little bit better shots than some of the other classes, at least that I've found. I don't know. The guards are the best shots, but I like the light infantry for whatever reason. I don't know. They just seem like the best balanced class to me. Who knows? All right, so here we are. So they've all got different uniforms. You see my guy's got a funny little hat. There's a flag bearer there. He's got, you know, the flag, and he can use it as a spear, as you can see. And, you know, you raise your musket and you fire and stuff, and it's interesting. It takes a long time to load a musket. You know, they said, you know, really good riflemen back in the day, they could do 3 shots in a minute. So you're looking at 20 seconds between a reload. Looks like there's a pretty high scale attack going on right now. Now it doesn't really tell you who the good guys are or the bad guys are. You can see the good guys have green arrows above their head, and you also kind of have to look at the uniforms. Like we're the red coats, so you got all these guys in red uniforms. These are our buddies. Across the way, the French are in blue uniforms. You can see there's a guy right there on the bridge. Oh, I missed him. Now I'm gonna reload. See how long it takes to reload. Look at this. Takes a while. I'm trying to get out of this guy's way. Here we go. Reloading, reloading, reloading. They're coming across the bridge. I'm reloading. There we go. I'm reloaded. Get out of my way. Oh, I got Pete. Pete Walter. I got him. So as you can see, the aiming mechanics are a little different. The shooting mechanics, you gotta be a little more strategic. Look over there on the hill. There's a big French push coming on the left side of the hill. So we're gonna have to move some units over there. For King George, you can hear people yelling. You've got a nice little defense up on the ridge over here, so I'm gonna join these boys, see what they're up to. Alright, fear not. The rifleman is here, gentlemen. These are some guards, so they're good shots.
Pretty high as a musket. You guys are having a bad job. Shoot that officer.
Here's somebody talking, giving orders. The game is very loud. There's a lot of, you know, a lot of musket fire and cannon fire and people yelling. And all right, you can hear these guys. Here's a fifer.
Nice kill. Hold.
Here's a fifer here.
I'm reloading. Can we push? Can we push or can we kill these guys?
Keep fighting. Hey, rifleman, you want to shoot bottom of the circle on their crotch? We'll give you a headshot. Bottom of the circle on their crotch gives you a headshot. On that far away, on that ridge they're shooting at from us.
Bottom of the circle on their crotch. It gives you a headshot. Okay.
Yo, rifleman, can you cover us if us light infantry move up?
Sir.
This is how you do it, boys. Are you ready? This is how you do it.
Go. Get that rifleman. Charge. Rankers charge. Rifleman fall up behind him. Let's go. Marching advance.
Fat dude.
Take that ridge. Take that ridge. Go. Take that ridge. Go, 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 go.
Fat dude's on the waddle.
Top of there. Top of the ridge. Top of the ridge. We're getting nailed down here. Shit, we lost our ranker.
All right, so I got a little distracted there. I'm charging. I've not reloaded. I've got I've got my bayonet here. I'm gonna have to charge with the bayonet because it takes too long to reload.
In the rocks, get to the rocks, everyone.
Watch out! Don't get too close, rifleman. You might be nailed. They're being riflemen.
All right, gonna reload next to this guy, Alfonso. Oh. He got me, Mr. Cooper. But you can see when you get a little more organized, you know, the things heat up and people start taking objectives like that. Now, if I wanted to, I could run back over there, help those guys out. But this is the difference in the game, is that in the other games that we play, especially PUBG, I always just see a lot of guys died and came back and respawned. In PUBG, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, there is no respawn. When you're dead, you're dead. But this game is, it's actually got a timer. You can see up at the top of the screen there's a timer. 15 minutes essentially is what we got. So each game lasts about a half an hour. So you got to be kind of prepared to die and respawn and come back. And there are different spawn points, but and different objectives. The other thing is there's like a score kind of thing where up at the top you see 284 units for the British, 310 for the French. So so that's how many reserves that you've got. So it's not an infinite number of lives. Just killed Desert Stormer. So it's not an infinite number of lives and deaths you've got, and once the other team gets down low, they run out of reserves, then you can win the game. You know, you can reach the objectives. And I'm trying, the guy said put the bottom of the circle on their crotch and you'll get a headshot. I tried that, didn't work. There's a big charge going on here. I guess we should charge. Now, these fifers, you see the guys with the flutes? If you stand next to one while they're playing, you'll get little bonuses. Like you'll get aiming bonuses or health bonuses or whatever it is they give you. There are drummers, there are captains and officers and stuff like that.
Snail-eating frogs!
Snail-eating frogs. So there's a little bit of French racism here. If you're French, you might not like this game. I don't know what the French are saying because they're saying it in French, and I don't really hear too many insults from them. There's a lot of insults from the British. You know, they talk about snail eating and froggies and all that kind of sort of bad stuff. Nothing too vulgar, but just not great. They also have, let's see, what else do they have? They have day and night maps. As you can see, it's a bright sunny day right now. But they have some maps that take place, you know, full-on darkness. You can barely see, and, you know, there are lanterns, and you can just watch the muzzle flashes and things like that. And then they have maps that start out at sort of twilight and then get darker as they go on. Oh, looks like the French are still pushing up that hill over there. Maybe we're crossing the bridge here. Killed Pete again. So, you know, you start to see the same names on the other side of the field quite a bit. A lot of dead Frenchies here. Oh, I got one last before I got killed by that guy with the pistol. You could see him aiming at me, and there wasn't much I could do because I had fired my one shot. But this is the game. You just die and respawn, and we've caught up to them in terms of reinforcements. 371 to 387, so we're catching up a little bit. But they are definitely killing us at a decent rate. We got 320 reinforcements left. Don't quite know how many they have. Probably more than that, because it looks like... Now, I don't know if the scoring is how many they've killed or how many they got left. I think it's how many they've killed. So here's, you know, you hear this quite a bit, people singing and talking and playing music.
The name's Fat Dude. I'm here to fuck you up.
Yeah, you hear that guy yelling stuff. All right, we're gonna get away from him. Get away from Fat
Hey, other
Dude.
drummer, what are you playing? Drummer, what are you playing?
Run up here, see what these boys are up to. They seemed a little more organized up here on the left. A little more civilized.
Everyone, let's start moving up. Everyone, we should move up now. Slowly move up. Quick, move up, move up. We better find a hiding spot because we are losing reinforcements.
Behind.
Mr. Cooper, I got a bayonet kill there. So like I said, the game isn't as high tension as some of the other ones, but once you get into the action, like even now I'm losing my cool here when the action gets tight. Forgetting to comment on the video, that's definitely not the way to make a successful YouTube video. I guess I'll show the full half hour of this video. I hadn't planned on it. I just kind of planned on showing you the basic tenets. We're down to 259 reinforcements. 8 minutes left in the match.
Yo, man, you are a wizard with that fight.
It's hard to tell exactly who's winning and losing at the moment. I just killed Gavich. Getting some good shots in here. So I was killed by the Shaggin' Wagon. Let's take a look at the stats for a minute. See how we're doing. Hold tab. There we are. Got 7 kills, 5 deaths. That's pretty good. Looks like we're, top 20 on our team. Anyway, we got 70 points. That's pretty good. Their guys look a lot better than on our side. They got some guys over there with like 300 points. Yikes. So they seem to be playing a lot better than us. We're down now by 50 points.
Cannon. They need to get rid of. They need to redo the cannon shit on this map. It's kind of retarded.
So somebody's complaining about the cannons. I've never fired a cannon. Usually there are people who are already there on the cannons and they're very protective. They want to be the ones to shoot the cannons. So let's see, what else we got going on? We've been to the right side, we've been to the left side, we've been up the middle. That's basically how these maps go. They'll have a main objective up the middle, and then, sort of some side objectives left and right. We're down to 192 reinforcements. So not looking good. Not a lot of leadership going on right now. Everybody is just sort of charging forward. There's a guy. Missed him. Sometimes it's hard to tell at a distance who's on your side and who's not.
I surrender. Please.
Uh-oh. Ah, they got me. I probably should have switched to bayonet, but at that point it was a little too late. This is something you don't see in a modern game with modern weapons. If that happened, you'd just be firing full auto at these guys.
I have a fucking drum. What do you want from me?
Alright, that guy's got a drum, apparently.
Start using your epic beats and be like Lucio, you fucker.
Oops. Let's get away from those guys. Don't want to hear that conversation. They're messing up my PG rating. Let's go back on the left. Again, I like these guys better. They're more organized. How we doing up here, Mr. Rifleman? Mr. Rifleman. Alright, so it looks like we're just shooting down at the bridge. Looks like they're forming up on the left again.
Left side, rifleman, left side over here. They're coming to us.
Where's that guy going? MC Stuffins, he's charging. I think I just shot my own man in the head. That's another thing. Right now they have friendly fire turned off, and that's probably good because otherwise I think this game would just be a massacre of friendly fire if that was the case. I tried to save our buddy there, but I don't think I did. Got the smoke and the musket. Oh, that guy's got that's a commander there, so I think if we stand next to him, we might get some bonuses. I think I need to aim a little lower. I think I might be shooting over their heads a little bit. Couldn't tell if those were two guys fighting or if those were two of our guys just messing around.
Forward, boys.
Okay, this guy wants to go forward. I'll join him. Uh-oh, here comes some... The French units with the white uniforms are usually their, like, elite guys. Oh, that guy just fired a pistol at me and missed. So I don't really want to mess with their elite dudes. There's an officer over there just got killed. Ah, I shot just under him.
On me! On me!
I'm reloading. Alright, I'm going to try to stab this guy. Bayonet. Charge. Oh, he's got a musket. Oh, gosh. His musket was full. The other guy was reloading. Oh, there's a carpenter. I think eventually they might be able to build stuff, but right now all they do is they've got like a big...
Field medic, where were you when I needed you?
A big musket.
I wasn't spawned yet.
And they can like spray all over the place. Alright, so...
So how about you don't give me that sass, dude?
51 reinforcements
fuck you,
left.
guy.
Coming down to the end. Got 2 minutes to go. I still don't know who's winning or who's losing. I think this might be just a straight up death match because I don't see any objectives. Normally there's like objective A, objective B, and objective C, but right now it's just sort of whoever can kill the most people will win. Got 40 reinforcements. Gotta charge again. Gonna follow this officer up the hill. I'm not gonna fire until I see the whites of their eyes. Oh, here comes some guys on the right. Oh, he got me before I could get him. Oh, now let's see this officer. Nope, I thought the officer was gonna go at him with a sword, but all right, here we go. 17 reinforcements. So this is probably gonna be our last respawn. Especially if these guys are just sitting here doing nothing. Come on, boys. Question mark, boss. Let's go.
My god, that bridge battle.
Let's go. He sounded like a stormtrooper. Is he coming? Yeah. Let's go, boys. There's the bridge battle he was talking about. Look at all that smoke.
Oh shit, here we go, boys.
Here we go. Into the breach. 3 reinforcements left. I can't tell who's who up there. I see a lot of red coats. I see some white uniforms. There's Bill the Butcher. Jump over that rock.
What are the orders?
What are the orders?
Line up here. Take aim.
Line up!
Late game
Form
Alamo
a firing
situation.
This is our last stand. Hold the firing line.
Alright, so they're going to try to form a firing line here.
Aim!
Fire! Sergeant, I need you.
Fire!
Fire!
I got one.
Good job, man.
I got Pete again. It seems like I've killed Pete every time.
We're being flanked from the rear.
They're coming from the southeast.
We're being flanked from the rear.
Here they come. Come here across the bridge. Across the bridge.
Split the line. Split the line.
Charge, wait, hold. Where are they at?
Fuck
10
that.
seconds.
Okay, flanking us.
10 seconds.
Keep talking about flanking, but I don't see anybody. Oh, I missed him.
Fucking charge!
Alright, man.
He died how he lived,
Oh, look at
like
that.
an idiot.
The French managed to win.
Hello, man. Good work. Good work.
Everybody's stabbing each other. Alright, so there's an end. I guess the French won because we ran out of reserves, but there you go. Holdfast, Nations at War. Kind of a fun game. Right now, like I said, early access. It's got a lot of sort of things that aren't great about it, but just the gameplay is solid. It's got that death match, it's got those objectives, it's got the I keep coming back to this, but it's got that Battlefront feel. So if you don't want to deal with the Star Wars Battlefront that has all the microtransactions and all that kind of stuff, but you still want that same kind of gameplay, you can give this a try if the Napoleonic era is at least a little bit interesting to you. Give it a shot. They also online they've got people who are forming regiments and battalions and all that stuff, so you can go and you can get pretty serious into this game already, even though it's only in early alpha. You can go and join up with one of these regiments, and they can hold practices right on their own special servers, and they'll like line you up and teach you how to shoot, kind of like if you're a reenactor. It's almost like digital reenactments. Now, if you come onto a public server like this, you're going to have a bunch of yahoos running around. But I've noticed that just a small core of people who, try to form some kind of discipline or some kind of plan of attack, just having that will make your side more likely to win than the other side. So anyway, there you go. There's my let's look at Holdfast, Nations at War, and that's it. So until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.